If I go back to my journey, Money, all through my schooling and college days, I had a very strong affinity with mathematics, with maths. I loved maths and maths loved me. So it was a two-way affair, I would say. Uh, so when I got into my MBA in the year 1997, I was not very sure. I had a very open mind where I want to go. I had some background in HR prior to that, but I had not made up my mind when I got into MBA. I would say in my first term, a few classes into what we call as the OB1 or the Organizational Behavior one, which was taught by Father Abraham, who I have deep respect for him, who is no more. But Father Abe's class, getting into that for a few sessions, it told me, yeah, this is what I want to do. But of course, there was a voice in my mind which was asking me, so what happens to your maths? I had no answer at that time, but my love for HR at that time had grown bigger. So once I got into my career, I remember one of my first managers asking me, "Hey, you decided to specialize only in HR, where you look at all your friends, they have got multiple specialization, they have the choice of going anywhere." And my answer to her was, "Yeah, I can do so many things within HR itself." So that has stayed with me. I grew in HR, though I kept on changing companies. I mostly stayed as a generalist in my early part of my career. I did a bit of this, bit of that. I have done heavy recruiting. I have done, learning and development, processes, all those things. I kept on growing in the generalist line till I became a head of HR. About a few years back, about 10 years back, I was a head of HR for a large side, organization. But at some point in time, I decided that I want to be a specialist, not a generalist. That's the time when I actually made the switch. And the global exposure is something that I was craving for. I wanted to work with multiple cultures, multiple geographies, different sets of mind, explore. So that's where I got into a global role, and it's something that I have been thoroughly enjoying. And that slowly, my love for numbers started taking shape. In every role that I was doing, I started seeing how HR analytics actually can help sharpen decisions. It can help in growing every aspect of HR. And that's where I kept on focusing more and more on the numbers. So in my current role, where I, you know, overall look at HR strategy, at the
Yeah.
same time, I also look at analytics and how these two talk to each other. I feel these two to be two sides of the same coin, and that's something that I enjoy thoroughly. So that's where I am at my HR journey.